Sign me up. I'm here at Sun Valley Fields, where we have some of the best lacrosse players in the world teaching youngsters how to play lacrosse. Lacrosse is one of the fastest growing sports in America today. Amazingly, it just landed on Sun Valley's doorstep a few years ago. We now have 2 teams, and we have what's the beginning of a great lacrosse camp that combines lacrosse, fly fishing, learning about Native American wisdom. What's not to like? Let's find out more.
My name's David Donovan, and I'm the founder of Ketchum Release Lacrosse Camp and Ketchum Release Lacrosse. And we're here in Sun Valley having an amazing day of learning fundamentals in this COVID environment. As you can see, everyone's social distanced. I became the commissioner of lacrosse. Most of our meetings are held in Boise, where the population is and most of the players are, but it's growing in the north, in the east, in the west, and the sport's really picking up steam. There's 2 clubs, Sun Valley Lacrosse Club and Wood River in this valley alone. And this camp, Ketchum Release Lacrosse, has adapted and changed because of COVID to just be a day camp with kids mostly from Idaho, but we have kids from LA, San Francisco, Seattle, Colorado, and just really good to get out here early. Probably one of the first lacrosse experiences happening during this COVID-19 pandemic. I didn't get to start the sport, never even had to stick till 9th grade. And back then high school was 10th, 11th, and 12th. So I had older brothers and siblings who played and introduced the game to me, and I was fortunate enough to have played in a town back in Boston, Massachusetts called Weymouth that had lacrosse. So I just picked up the stick, saw the stick. I was catching herring in the herring run with it because having one ball was too expensive and rare. And waiting for my hand-me-down stick was a big deal. And those sticks were a lot worse than the kids have now. And I just really took a love for the sport right away. I was a hockey and football player all my life. I was going to go play professional hockey, was recruited Division I hockey by, 8, 9 schools. I had a brother who was captain of a Division I hockey program, a cousin who played for the St. Louis Blues. And this lacrosse stick just took hold of me. Like, I can't really explain how it was, kind of became a little bit of an obsession. And I played with it almost every day to the point that I was literally taking outside in the snow and losing the white ball like every time I shot or threw the ball. And one of the best lessons all my brothers, I'm one of 9 kids from Boston, tells all the teams they coach is that I didn't get to play till halfway through my sophomore year. And then I became the first 2-time All-American in Massachusetts history. I had to wait my turn because seniors were playing. And it was really a big deal. And then I was going to go play for Brown University that was ranked 8th. And then Duke came along and gave me a full scholarship, which was the first, again, to have. So I really, I'm lucky to have been exposed to it, but I really took to the craft and the ethic and the work. Most native cultures, tribes, peoples around the world had games. And there were different versions of this game with a stick and a ball. And the Mohawk Nation, where there's 6 different parts to it, the Iroquois were the main founders of the version we play now. And they would take a stick, a piece of wood, and bend this stick. They would use deer hide and leather and other strings to string a traditional stick. This is not a traditional stick. And it became a tribal game where their winner got some goods or some hunting prizes or hunting land if they won the contest. And sometimes it went on for miles or on ice. And the score usually was 1-0. They would hit a pole. And so it has a history that's as old as time, this game, which is pretty amazing. And if you look at Ketchum Release Lacrosse and the logo, we're kind of matching the Iroquois stick and native person and honoring that. So it's not like these other sports that use the name of an Indian or something. This is their sport. And so we're honoring that and the natural world of catching fish or whatever it may be. So the game of lacrosse is currently where they used to have whole tribes play over a day. The current game is a lot of 10 on 10 for the boys, and it doesn't have a lot of equipment. As you can see from the kids behind me, they have a helmet, really light gloves, and light arm pads. That's it. However, it's an extremely physical game, extremely demanding physical game where you're running 120 yards, bigger than a football field. And just to give you some perspective on that. And really your stick over time, this is the stick, this is the ball. The ball's really hard. It can go over 100 miles an hour when you pass or shoot. There's 3 attackers, 3 midfielders, 3 defensemen, and a goalie. The game is so fun for kids, for anyone. We have kids from 4th grade to 12th grade. It's one of the sports that you really have to enjoy the outdoors because you're running all the time. It's always played in inclement weather, which gives you back to the native sort of aspect to it. And it's the fastest game on 2 feet. Unlike soccer that has pauses and stuff, this game is up and down, rapid fire. The ball's going that fast. It's being whipped around with precision like you've never seen in other sports, to have this little ball go 100 miles an hour and passes that are 80 yards or 20 yards or 10 yards. And to have the golf aspect and the football aspect athletically, the hand-eye of golf and the athleticism and physicality of football brought into one sport is really what makes it so fun for most kids, girls and boys. Some of the things in lacrosse, it's unlike football where you hold the ball and you get tackled. Lacrosse, you can't get tackled, but they can sort of attack you with their stick or their body. So when you run with this ball, if you ran downfield without cradling, the ball falls out because you're not moving your stick and your body's gyrating. But when you're cradling, that's a cradle. That's a cradle. Ball stays in because you're doing it hard. Ball hits the ground, you're picking the ball. This is an Indian pickup. Ball comes up like that. Shooting the ball goes up to 100 miles an hour. I don't know if you can see, but I bring the stick back. I shoot the ball. Pretty simple little things, but when there's someone else covering you and attacking you, it takes a lot of skill to do it on someone's ear all the time, picking the ball up with someone hitting you. So there's a lot to it.
Hi there, I'm Kati Thorson, and I've been a local in this valley for several years, since the mid-70s actually. And you know, I love lacrosse. Lacrosse is one of the best spectator sports I've ever watched. I don't know if you've had the pleasure of watching a lacrosse game, but it truly is an exciting game. It really is. The motion of fly fishing and lacrosse are very similar. And so in our camp, Ketchum Release Lacrosse, we wanted to show the children that. We want to teach them how to fly fish. We want to teach them the importance of actually not taking, but being able to release and give back, right? And so same thing in the sport of lacrosse. You know, you take the ball, of course I don't play lacrosse, but I love to watch it. You take the ball, but then you're releasing it to your teammate, right? So it's like it's the relationship.
I'm inspired. Are you? I hope you learned a lot about lacrosse today. I'm Bossick with Idaho and Sun Valley. Until next time, I'm keeping my eye on Sun Valley for you.